High screen, Beauclair looking for it. Fatuesi working hard inside and a nice soft touch, little lefty hook for the freshman.
The game within the game. Possession before, charge, second possession, you come right back and say, I'm a score over you.
Out of Santa Clara, California. Has a great work ethic. Anthony Leverett said, I never have to ask her for effort. She's always working hard.
Working hard on a diet, has lost a significant amount of weight, and will just continue to get better and better.
Plum, lefty drive, it's blocked by Rodriguez. Out of bounds, 4 on the shot clock, will stay with the Huskies. Utes have brought their game. Inside, Fatuesi, giving them a 3-point lead. The 12-seed Utah hanging on to a 3-point lead over 5-seed Washington. And don't forget, coming up at halftime, we'll bring you an update from the Pure Silk Halftime Report in our Pac-12 Network studios with Ashley, Ann, and Roz, and they'll break down the first half of this game as well as stats and analysis, so you don't want to miss that. Taryn Wachowski, it's not always about scoring, Mary.
It's not. Doing a great job here. Inside, outside to ball side. Inside, go opposite with the double team. Paige Crozen. And just to mix it up a little bit, let's go high-low. Taryn Wachowski in her 6th year. Hockey background. Taryn Wachowski keeps defenders on their toes because you saw why. Great passer, great scorer, ultimate student athlete, and we mean ultimate student athlete. Plays through injury, plays through pain. Her team is playing for her tonight.
They are, and that's something that's happened with the adversity. They've come together and they want to play for this red shirt, the 6th-year senior. She's a first-team academic All-American, graduated with a couple of majors.
Biology, cellular, molecular biology, psychology.
Just phenomenal student athlete. That's what it's all about.
One professor in her academic career decided not to give her an A. I think she's got like a 3.98. I think we should call him.
I think you're right. She's got a 4.0 going right now in her graduate studies.
Wants to go to med school, and we're talking Ivy, Stanford, the best of the best.
She has had 10-plus scoring in 21 of the games this season, so her scoring's off a little bit as Washington has really clamped down on her, but she's finding her teammates as we see Tanea Beauclair to the free throw line.
Look, Taryn Wachowski's been around so long. She was the freshman of the year in the Mountain West Conference.
Oh, back in the days. Free throw's good for Beauclair. Wachowski, an honorable mention, Pac-12 member this year, part of the all defensive team. There's Davis on the drive, can't quite get enough of the backboard, misses the shot. Speaking of all Pac-12 members, how about Jazz Davis, a 4-timer this year? She has just been solid from her freshman year all the way to this year. Fatuesi working hard, and one.
You saw a little drama on that initial impact, and you're thinking they're going to call it another charge. Ball comes inside. We got some major work being done down in the post.
The contact, and Osahar lost her footing just a little bit. They are letting him play inside, and Fatuesi to the line.
And look at the reaction from Wachowski saying, I am so glad you're in the lineup, so I'm not taking the beating anymore.
Can't get the three-point conversion, but it's a 7-point lead for the Utes.
What did Anthony Leverett tell us? We need to keep this ball game in the high 50s or low 60s. You do the math. UW 24 points, 2 minutes and 18 seconds left to go.
They split the regular season in the win for Utah. They held Washington to 61 points as Davis finds enough space in the lane to get the shot to fall. She's starting to kick it up with some emotion.
Washington certainly understands what's at stake. They feel like they have secured an NCAA bid, but they have work to do. Don't want to leave any doubt in the voters' minds.
Kick out to Rodriguez behind the arc, and she gets fouled as Davis just a little too much. These Utes knocked the Huskies out of the Pac-12 tournament last year, and the Huskies went on to the WNIT.
Kick out to Danny Rodriguez, and Jazz Davis with the hard challenge. In years past, that would totally take Jazz Davis just mentally out of the game. That is not the case anymore.
The second personal on Davis. As Rodriguez hits the free throws.
Football coaches like to script the first 15, 20 plays. If Anthony Leverett was going to script the first half, this would be it. Fantastic defense, great inside-out play. The three ball going down. They have really executed their game plan to perfection.
And they've really held those key scorers for Washington down. Walton only 3 points, 6 for Plum. Nobody yet in double figures for the Huskies. Davis getting that high screen, and she takes the shot and gets fouled. Drew the contact from Wilson.
The key thing when you play Washington is, one, you have to take care of the ball, but two, you've got to make some shots because they're so good at running out and getting out and running on miss.
Stay tuned, we've got our halftime report for you, our Pure Silk halftime report with Ashley, Ann, and Roz back in our Pac-12 Network studios, and they're going to break down the first half of this game plus other stats and analysis.
Working on an 11-hour day so far back in San Francisco, so just an outstanding job all around. We'll add Jill Savage to that as well.
Full day of hoops and the start of the Pac-12 tournament, and it has been a good one.
Utah's balanced. They've spread the ball. They've spread the floor extremely well in the first half.
Valerie Nawahine is checked in for the Utes. Wilson behind the arc, no good, and it's tipped up, and Walton comes down with it. Davis wanted to kick the tempo up, but couldn't. Walton ball fake into the lane, it's tipped away. Fatuesi kicks it over to Nawahine.
Anthony Leverett's loud and clear. Bring the ball back out and use clock.
Valerie Nawahine transferred from BYU. She's the sister of Malia, who's out injured. And it's tipped away into Plum's hands.
Great job by Wachowski to get back on Amina Williams, not allow anything easy in transition.
Davis, aggressive drive. It's tipped out of bounds off of Williams' hands, and the Utes will get a chance to extend their lead.
It's great defense. You can see Jazz, hesitation, put a burst on it, do this, give a shimmy shake, just try to get by her, and she could not.
Davis has 11 points, but has yet to get an assist in this ball game. They are really flustering her.
Washington 2 of their last 9. In the art of defense, we have to give Utah an A+ for this first half.
Beauclair on the drive, good D by the Huskies. It's tipped out. It's going to go to Washington with 2.5 on the clock. Anthony Leverett's trying to get some substitutions in. Paige Crozen back in. Nawahine as well.
Wilson with 2 personal fouls. You don't want her to pick up another one.
The shot by Osahor is no good, and so at halftime, the 12 seed Utah goes in with a 6-point lead over 5 seed Washington.
Cheyenne Wilson, an outstanding job shooting the ball. She gave her team a big lift, and Jazmine Davis working so hard for everything.
Let's send it now to Jill Savage. She's with Mike Neighbors, the head coach of the Huskies. Jill?
Thank you so much, Coach. Your team went on a 12-0 run midway through the half. Finished just 2 of 9 for shooting. What do you need to do to get the offense going?
Yeah, it makes the shots. I thought we got really good looks. We got the ball at the rim several times and just missed layups. So that's a focus thing, and we'll get refocused at halftime.
Utah able to hit shots on the perimeter early, getting down low late. What do you have to do to disrupt their game?
Yeah, you got to put a little more ball pressure on them. You can't let them stand around and look inside. They're too good inside. Then you help too much, they hit threes.
Thank you so much for your time. Krista?
All right, thank you, Jill. That's the end of the first half. Our score, Utah up by 6 over Washington. When we return, we'll bring you to our Pac-12 Network studios for the Pure Silk Halftime Report with Ashley, Ann, and Raj. You're watching the Pac-12 Women's Tournament presented by New York Life on Pac-12 Networks.